pressured in a motherfucker.
All right, so our sponsor is the Original LED Light Company. Are you ready for a room makeover? Well, with the Original LED Light Company, you get LED strips for your room with 300 color options.
Jesus.
Not 100, not 200. 300 color options.
Huge.
16.4 feet long.
It's long.
So like lots of coverage there. So you get two packs, no, two in the pack of the 16.4
Feet
foot
long.
light rolls. The backs have a strong adhesive, so it will stick to basically any surface. The lifespan of the lights are 50,000 hours plus. Now I don't know how long that is. I'm not very good with time, but that seems like a very long time to me.
Yeah. Yep.
50,000. That's
Hours.
more than we're gonna live, right?
24 hours in a day. What, you live like 70,000
The lights are gonna.
days or
That's
something?
kind of scary, but the lights are gonna outlive you, I guess.
Jeez.
So they are waterproof, and they're also cuttable too. So if you cut along the cutting marks, you can put them anywhere you want. So that is the Original Light Company. If you want your room, if you want to pimp out your room, make sure to buy those. Link in the description. All right, ladies and gents, welcome back to episode 8 of the Sus Discuss. I'm your host, Chris. This is your host, former Keto Kaz, now just normal diet Kaz.
Yep.
And Kaz, we're under attack
Explain.
by the murder hornets.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, like, I've read conflicting things where, like, either, like they're, like, docile and they won't kill you, or they'll swarm you and they're... Although I may be confusing it with the African killer bees. Those are also a threat. But we're under attack. I need your take on this.
Okay. So what I know about these pretty much murderous bees is
Japanese... I think they're actually called, like, Asian hornets or, like, Japanese hornets, but the media started calling them the murder hornets.
Right. So they come from like Asia.
Yeah, they think it came over on a cargo ship.
Oh. So it first appeared in like Washington State.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think it's a real threat to us right
Not
now.
No.
But I'm saying if they start populating,
yeah.
and then they slowly move across, 2 years we're going to have just, like, I think they're an inch and a half, and then they have a 3-inch wingspan. Like, we're going to have those flying over all around New York State.
So, like, they're bigger than your, like, average bee.
Oh, like 3 times the size.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, with COVID already here, we really don't need these bees here interrupting us, but it's
just a minor inconvenience to have, like, super bees flying around everywhere at this point. But I actually have a defense plan, okay?
He's all over it.
My plan is, so you can buy bees online, like, to be a beekeeper.
Okay.
So you can buy them, I think they come in like 3 pounds. You can buy 3 pounds of bees. So you have to buy the Asian honeybees because they're like adapted and evolved to defend against them, like European honeybees or whatever. They're
not going to do the
they'll
job.
get fucking murked.
Okay.
So basically when a murder hornet like finds a honeybee's nest, they roll through, like, they like get their boys and then they like pull up on the hive, and then they roll through, decapitate all of the bees, and then wait until they find the queen, and then they rape the queen, and then they kill her.
That's
They're demons.
graphic.
So my plan is, with the Asian honeybees, I breed them, and then once the murder hornets come, like, I'm gonna like buy like 3 pounds of bees every week. So basically, I'm gonna have like
Solid bulk.
I'm gonna have a super hive in my backyard.
Right. You're going to have like build up of
Yeah, I don't know what the neighbors
orders.
are gonna think about it, but
That's
I'm
beside the point.
gonna buy the Asian honeybees. So when the murder hornets come, they will know how to defend. And what Asian honeybees do is they will find a murder hornet like that's coming into their hive. They'll swarm it. They'll get like 10 bees that all land on the murder hornet, and then they flap their wings and they vibrate, and they vibrate so hard that they like cook the inside of the murder hornet. Like it heats it up because of the vibration, and it cooks it on the inside. So if I have like 10,000 bees that all know how to do that, then I'll basically be like protecting the entire state of New York.
Yeah, like you're going to be our hero. You're going to be like Captain America.
I'll be the Johnny Appleseed Asian honeybees.
which is good. I mean, even if they do get here and you do act upon that, people can't get mad at you for having those bees then.
Yeah,
like,
but,
even if you say, like, oh, my neighbors and stuff, like, dude, your neighbors are going to have to live with it because now we have COVID and these rampant murder hornets around. So you're going to be like...
Yeah, but, you know, it could be like a violation, you know, like the homeowner society. Like when somebody like parks a boat in their front yard, people complain to the homeowner society. It'll just be like that. Like, hey, homeowner society, my neighbor is building a super colony of bees in his backyard, and it's really bothering me. But like at the same time, those bees will fly over to my neighbor's house and they'll pollinate all their plants, and they'll make their garden better too.
Yeah. So it's like a win-win. So no one should get mad at you. That's your
We'll see.
hope. But
I
again,
looked into it,
you're
and it's not really like $200 for 3 pounds of bees. So to have like a decent sized hive, I'd probably need like I'd probably have to spend like $800 to $1,000 on bees, and then you have to actually buy the hive too, like the wooden structure with the panes in it and stuff. And then you have to buy a new queen every year because the queen, all she does is have babies, and then she just dies. And then you have to buy the beekeeper suit, which is another $100. So I might just not go to college and just do bee stuff for my life.
and I feel like
And I could sell the honey so I can make my money back too.
even with that, you can probably like profit off of your brand. Like there's probably not a lot of beekeepers who have like a good social media presence, and I feel like you could probably murder
I
that.
feel like every beekeeper is just like
A weirdo.
a cat lady in her backyard, you know?
Carol Baskin, but won't talk about her.
It's going to be like the rock star lifestyle of beekeepers. Like I'm going to be like, what's a good comparison? I'm going to be like the Rolling Stones of beekeepers. I'm going to be like the Motley Crue of beekeepers.
Yeah, like you're gonna be like the top, like the upper echelon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it.
Start a following, which I was thinking about calling it Hive 5.
Ooh,
Hive 5 is pretty good.
yeah.
There's a lot of good bee puns. Like, something with sting. Like, sting, bring, king.
Ding. Ping.
Sting queen, sting king.
Ooh,
The
yeah.
sting. Oh,
The sting king.
Although I feel like that's kind of like scary because like you don't want the bees to sting you.
Yeah.
Or I'll just call it like the National Murder Hornet Defense, and I'll get the
N-
government
NM.
involved somehow.
NMD.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with Adidas, but
But okay, other than murder hornets, we have like the scarier bees are actually African killer bees, because they'll swarm people and then they'll follow them for like miles.
what?
Yeah, they're an invasive species. They're brought over by people looking to pollinate their plants, and they came up through. Ooh, lava lamp's moving.
Nice.
They came up through like South America, and they ended up here, and now they're in like Texas and Florida and all in the South.
Oh.
So basically,
man.
if you piss off one of them,
They're just gonna like
they like their whole hive comes out, and then you can't run from them. Like they'll follow you for miles. Like if you get in a car, the bees will follow your car. It's like the episode of Family Guy. You remember? Oh my god, dude! Family Guy predicted murder hornets.
Yeah, they did.
Remember when Stewie made the juiced up bees?
Yeah. Oh man,
I'm trying to figure out my mind. I feel like I'm leaning over.
that's crazy.
All right, so Family Guy predicted that. Am I still in the frame? Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
I like. Again, I don't know what it is.
They're just scary because they're so big. The murder hornets.
Yeah.
The African killer bees are normal sized bees, but they have a killer mentality.
Right. They're aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just like piss them off, and they're coming at you, and they bring their. You said
They bring their whole hive. Yeah.
Which is probably a ton of bees.
I've learned a lot about bees over quarantine.
Yeah.
So like
You've been keeping me informed.
there's drone bees, worker bees, and then the queen. There's 3 different kind of bees. So the drone bees, they go out and pollinate. The worker bees are all female. They take care of like the combs and making the wax and stuff. And then the queen. So the drone bees are mostly males, and all they do is go out and pollinate, and then they just have sex with the queen. The males are basically useless in the hive, and they don't make honey either.
So why the males are just there to like breeding purposes?
The males only live like 15 days, so that's why you always got to be having new bees. Well, they like make eggs and stuff, I guess.
I didn't really know about bees until you just started like.
Yeah, I'm very educated on bees.
You started deeply researching them.
Well, it's because I started out like I wanted just to get bees because like it would just be like a funny thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's Chris. He has a bunch of bees. He's a beekeeper. But now I realize that they could serve a bigger purpose and actually defend our country from the terrorists known as the Japanese murder hornet.
Yeah. Again, I don't know what people's weird needs are to like have these like bees come and pollinate and all that stuff.
Well, it's good for the plants. You remember at the end of the bee movie when the bees stopped working and then all the plants died and it looked like fucking Apocalypse Now?
Yeah. That's basically just what is
That's what
happening if we kill all the bees.
Yeah. All right, so that's my take on murder hornets, bees.
Yeah. Save the bees.
Save the bees.
But
and
don't bring
also,
over the weird ones.
No.
Is basically what I'm saying. Like, why do people have to bring over
species need
these
to stay in their own
natural
habitat? I feel like
habitat?
all the species come from Asia. Is that racist to say?
No,
The
because
carp,
they do.
the ash borer, now the murder hornets. You ever hear about the Asian carp? They eat.
I feel like I heard about an AP
They
and
eat
Viral, but
everything. Like they eat all the bass eggs, and they breed like insanely fast. And like you don't eat them or anything because they taste like shit. So you don't eat them, and they're just a really bad invasive species. They have like tournaments in like the South. I watched a video where they like, because the carps jump when they hear the vibration of the boat motor.
oh yeah.
So they jump out and they catch them with the net.
Yeah,
And then they just
I've seen those.
they just hit them over the head with baseball bats, and they end up with like 50. But they're like, yeah, no matter how many we kill, there's gonna be the same amount
so many
tomorrow.
more, yeah, because they just breed
so
like crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, like obviously invasive species like are a huge deal. Like there's just a ton of stuff. Like dude, I heard like the Nile crocodile is literally there's been sightings in Florida and stuff of like
That's
Nile
bullshit.
crocodiles.
How the hell would a crocodile get over here?
I don't know. I've heard.
That's BS.
Okay, well I heard
we're,
it.
we're gonna brand ourselves right now as an anti-invasive species podcast. We do
Yeah.
not support invasive species. If you are an invasive species,
Get
stop
outta here.
listening right now.
Yeah. What about the what's that fish with the needles? Is that a puffer?
Fish with need. Oh, the
It's got the-
lionfish.
Yes, those are invasive.
Yeah, those are bad, and they fucking kill people too.
Yeah, they have like venom. Like Coyote
Mhm.
Peterson got stung with one. You seen that?
Fucking coyote.
He's-
He retired from? Didn't he retire from being stung?
No, he just got stung by a murder hornet.
No, that was a while ago.
I thought it was recent.
No, that was a while ago.
Okay.
And then no, because I was watching this video about the murder hornets, and he said if they reach like New York or whatever, if they become a problem, then he's gonna come out of sting retirement and he's gonna get stung by shit again.
which is good.
Yeah, like
I feel like we need that.
it's great. It's great content. Well, I would never. How much money would you pay? Apparently it's the second most painful sting on Earth.
The murder hornet.
How
Well,
much
and
money?
it's got venom too. So and I don't know if there's like antidote for it.
It's not deadly venom though.
It's not.
No.
Okay, well then, if it's a painful sting,
He
I
said it
want.
feels like somebody is like shoving a hot knife into your arm for like 2 days.
Oh, that's terrible. I
How much money would you pay? Would you get paid to get stung, and where would you get stung?
I'd like to be stung near a medical facility.
No, like on your body.
Oh, boy, probably standard, maybe just like the arm. I feel like if I did it on my fingertip, that'd hurt.
Yeah, I was thinking
'Cause there's, like, a
originally
lot of
fingers,
nerves.
but fingers would hurt the most.
Yeah, because there's
Like
like
I've gotten
nerves and
stung
stuff.
like by bees like on like my knuckle, and it gets itchy too. It's the worst.
Yeah.
So how much money?
Like being realistic, it would probably take like $15,000.
15,000?
Being realistic. If someone offered
I think
me
I would do it.
$10,000
I would
to
do it for
I'd
like
be on the edge.
$1,500. I would do it for $1,500. I'd like get stung. I'd like tense up real bad, like right on my bicep, and I'd just put it in like that.
I don't know.
Best case scenario, my arm just goes completely numb.
Best case scenario?
Yeah. Or maybe like you'd have to do like fuck.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to take like a hallucinogenic too.
Just
like
not
pop like some
feel it.
shrooms, and then I feel like it wouldn't hurt as bad. I don't know. I've never been on shrooms.
Yeah, just like not like feel it.
Yeah.
And just
Is there like a
kinda
drug?
put yourself out of your
What about
element.
anesthesia?
What do they give you before you give birth? What's that?
Oh yeah.
What is it? What's it called?
I know what you're talking about. Like some people don't do it because they want like a natural birth.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the drug is called.
Let's look it up.
It's
Birth drug.
it's epidural.
Yeah, that's
An
what it is.
epidural. Yeah, I like a lot of people do. So maybe you do an epidural, but does that only help you with your like crotchular
No,
region?
it's lower. Well, it depends on where they inject it, because the doctor injects it like in like your back, so it goes down here, so you can't feel anything when the baby pops out.
So maybe that's what you do. Maybe you just take a nice epidural, and you get stung by it, and then maybe I'd probably drop my price. And now that I think about 10,000, it's kind of like a lot to ask for.
With anesthesia, I do it for $500.
With anesthesia, I'd do it for like $850.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it. Obviously, this thing probably hurts, but maybe with a little anesthesia, it takes off. Like,
But the anesthesia is gonna wear off, and apparently the pain stays about the same for like 2 days.
that's got to be god awful if you ever get stung by one.
Yeah, like
I'm sure people in Asia probably get stung by them on a decently rapid rate, right?
I don't think so. I think they're pretty docile. Like the only way they're gonna sting you is if you provoke them. But they don't lose their stinger either because they're hornets.
Okay.
Like bees, when they sting people, they lose their stinger and they die. It's like a kamikaze mission. But hornets are a whole different story. They basically they get to keep it, so they could stab you they could sting you multiple times too.
Yeah, remember that? Have you watched the? I mean, this could be a reaction video, but do you remember the lady on My Strange Addiction?
Oh, who's addicted to
Getting stung by bees?
Yeah.
Yeah, she would just catch them, and then like she had a mental breakdown, like probably like 3 days into them shooting her, because she was like, they were like, well, like, you're killing them, right? And then she started like crying, and she's like, I don't like killing them, but I love the sting. What's wrong with like?
Dude, the best one is the fucking lady addicted to being furniture.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you
a
know
good
that
one.
one? Dude,
yeah.
we could have a reaction video every week of a new My Strange
The
Addiction.
guy who loves his car.
Oh yeah.
He makes love to his car, and his dad came for part 2, and he's like, how do you have
Or the fucking
sex with a car?
The fucking person who drinks gasoline.
Oh.
Like, no, you're gonna die.
Yeah, you will die. It's like effing. Dude, what is
All right, I will go reset the camera real quick.
Okay. TLC is messed up. Yeah, they have like extreme couponers.
Yeah, but those aren't as bad as like the extreme cheapskates who like wash their socks in the sink, or like they reuse
I haven't seen that one.
paper towels. This one guy found a way to like reuse toilet paper.
Gee, why?
You're
Like,
like-
why would you even? Though?
I don't know.
Why would you?
He's, toilet paper costs about, if you're adding up to an annual income, toilet paper is like $10 for a pack of 6, and that's about $70 per year. Okay, but the funniest thing about extreme
Go to
cheapskates,
Costco.
yeah, but the funniest thing about the people aren't even poor either. They all have decent jobs. Like they could afford it. It's just like something wrong with their brain.
Or like
that
maybe
they
the
can't
way they
afford.
grew up or something.
Yeah, I don't know. No, but half the time the parents are like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with Tom.
Yeah, true. Yep. I mean, when the guy told his dad he banged his car, his dad was like, "What is wrong with you?"
Well, I can't imagine
He was
banging
like-
your
he
car
was like-
runs in the family.
Dude, he was like, "Dad," he's like,
Like everybody
"You
has
left us."
Yeah, like the dad who's like the big car guy. So like your dad loves cars that much, so you got to show your dad how much you love cars too to impress him.
Dude, you gotta think about that poor car.
Oh, you know what?
That poor car.
We could have a whole conversation about Cars, the movie, and like how they work.
Yeah.
Like, they're like sentient beings, but there's no people in the car. So did either the cars took over the world and ended up merging with humans, evolving, and it's like a dystopian future,
Okay.
or completely different timeline. There's Car God. What kind of car do you think Car God is?
Ooh, like
Like a white
like your
Cadillac.
Is it? Are you thinking more like luxury or like a once in a lifetime car?
I don't know. I was just watching Cars 3 the other day.
I can't watch anything but the original Cars.
Yeah, well, that's good, but yeah, that's obviously the best one. Cars 2 is just a fucking dumpster fire.
Was it? Yeah, I didn't
like,
even watch
why
it.
would you watch an entire movie that's like Mater? Like, he's good as a side character, but you don't want him as a main character. Trust me. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear Larry the Cable Guy talking for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. He's got like a good side bit, which makes him a solid character.
All right, so what about Car Jesus? Car Jesus
Might
is probably
be a white Cadillac.
Yeah, or what about like a Model T? You know, like the first cars.
Maybe that's your god.
Maybe the god is whoever invented. Maybe the only person. Did Ford invent cars?
Yeah.
I thought he invented the assembly line.
No, I think because wasn't Ford Motor Company like the first company that came out with the car?
With the Model T,
Came out with the Model T. So yeah, Henry Ford is car god.
So he's the only human. He's the only
Yes.
human in the Cars universe, but he's like their overlord.
Right.
They probably like keep it like his head frozen somewhere like at Disney World.
Yeah. And another shady thing about Cars is when they're racing, in the bleachers is other cars.
Yeah.
How did they get up the stairs
And then like
unless
they
it's
have
just
like
a ramp?
But like the boats they take in the Cars 2 aren't alive.
Okay.
And then like they have like helicopters flying over like the races. So like are there other cars in the helicopter? Is the helicopter just flying over to like get a better view, or is he like filming it? It gets real confusing.
Are they like a third party alien type of thing?
Yeah, and then there's like some car like the Mac like the tractor trailer.
Yeah.
There's cars that can go in
He's
other
hilarious.
cars.
Yeah, but yeah.
And you gotta wonder about like car sex and how cars give birth and all that. Are they like built or like?
So maybe Henry Ford just stays in like exile, but he's like ordered to just keep making these cars like alive.
So is he a ghost? Is he like a supernatural being in that?
He's like what's that Russian family that got exiled and then like shot in Serbia by a firing squad? Who was that?
I don't fucking know.
I think that was right before the when the Bolsheviks
Bolsheviks?
got there.
I don't know. History major right here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I was just kind of scatting.
That was a side tangent about cars because that movie just confuses the ever living fuck out of me.
Yeah, agreed.
I guess what's next up?
There's a ton of stuff to talk about. One thing that I'd like to go into right now and kind of catch it early on the ball is there has been some gigantic science news. It is being labeled as a 1 in a million find by like NASA and other scientists. We have found a super Earth within our galaxy. It's a super Earth. So basically,
wait, how long will it take us to get there?
I didn't really look. I was just pulling this up. So basically, here's what we know about it. A year would be 617 days. There is water on it. I've seen a picture of it. We can throw it up right here. So it's there with Earth.
Is there grass?
I didn't. Again,
I don't get. Is it like the Hubble telescope? Is that how they're finding all this shit?
Yeah, I don't really know. It
That
just
thing
says
is so far away.
gravity of the planet, its host star caused the light from a more distant background star to be magnified in a particular way. We use telescopes distributed around the world to measure the light bending effect, like stuff that goes way outside of my brain. All I know is there is this gigantic news.
Fuck, dude, your mic cut out. How did both of our mics cut out?
They're cut out?
Oh, no. Wait. Oh, you know what?
I turned it off.
False alarm. I just turned the headphones off.
Yeah, we're all good. We just have to keep periodically monitoring, basically. So I turned it off because I don't want my... I have a AA battery in there that makes the headphone run.
Back to Super Earth.
So basically, this Super Earth, again, they said it's a 1 in a million find. Combined gravity of the planet, host star, all of that. I don't really know, again, too much about it, and this article is pretty bland. But let me try and find another one.
Dude, we can't talk about space. Space just hurts my brain.
Yeah,
Like the concept
they're
of
trying
something.
to do too much. They're trying to do too much with this. Maybe CNET scientists call it a 1 in a million find. Yeah, but again, this thing has like water there, which is obviously what we need. Like I know Mars lacks water, correct?
Yeah, they had water at some point. Like they found crystals there, but there is no water.
Yeah, it's an extrasolar planet. Earth is about 25,000 light years away.
How long is a light year? Like, I don't get any of this shit.
I don't know. Should I look up like light years to miles?
No, that's gonna be way too big of a number. Be like, how long does it take to travel a light year?
I'm just looking up light years to miles. Like again, it's just ridiculous. Obviously, it'd be really cool if we ever like had to go somewhere. We could probably get there.
All right, so the plan is ready. I've got the plan down.
1 light year is it's like 5.8 times 10.
When you get the little scientific note, the little X in there,
It means
I can't do it.
It means to the 12th notation. So it's basically like 5.8 million times 5.8 million times 5.8 million times 5.8 million, like 12 times. So it's a long ways away.
Okay, so my plan.
Very far.
We can't be on Earth anymore. Something happens like Wall-E, like there's just way too much like trash here or whatever. So we build a spaceship. We build a fleet of spaceships.
That's what they did.
So think about like a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Triple that size.
Yeah.
You're fitting.
Now, is this like Wall-E where the only like the rich can afford to get on that ship?
I don't know. It might end up like that, yeah.
Okay, so keep going.
So like Earth evacuation plan, build a fleet of insanely large spaceships.
Okay.
Put like organize your people into different like I don't know. Whoever like you go with like your family or whatever, and then you kind of like pick who you go with. But I don't know. We'll cross this bridge when we get to it. But so you get like everyone on Earth that like can afford to go or wants to go, because Earth right now is like a shithole.
Yep.
And then obviously we're not gonna make it there in time. Like you're gonna die before you get there.
Okay, sure.
So you basically just have to keep your family running like on the ship. Like you have to have a baby, and then that baby has a baby, and then they keep going like that.
Okay.
But you have to like that way some people end up getting there. It might be like
A fraction.
20 generations down your bloodline, but they'll still get there. Although the only foreseeable problems I could see, incest, inbreeding, like
Explain why though.
because like at some point everyone's gonna be related to each other.
Oh, you mean on the
ship, yeah.
Yeah, making its way there. Yeah. Yep.
And like the other problem in Wall-E, how everybody's fat and they gotta run around on that shit, you know?
Yeah. Because like everyone's just lazy because the ship like provides everything for
Fuck,
them.
I had another thought. I forgot it. Let's see.
You were on to incest and inbreeding.
You get everybody on the ship.
You said it's gonna take a long time for that ship to get there.
It'll take a long time. What else? What are some other problems you could run into? I feel like incest is the big one.
Maybe like I don't really know, but I feel like another possible problem you could run into is just like you hit a black hole in space.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and like how do you figure like is there like a set path you take or what? Ooh,
Yeah.
what in Star
Google
Wars?
Map
In
it?
Star Wars how they
I've only watched the OG.
they
Star
go to
Wars.
light speed?
Sure.
So like basically you could go through a whole galaxy, you know?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go, you go punch a Chewie and then they go shoom, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we got to invent that technology. Elon Musk kid, Archangel,
Ash.
Ash
12.
Archangel, whatever the fuck your name is, he'll invent it, and I think we'll be able to go, unless we find another super Earth. I don't know. Space just boggles my mind. Like I don't like if a place is 2 miles away from my house, I'm like I don't even know if that's close or far, or like 30 miles. I don't know how if that's close or far.
Yeah.
I can't imagine billions and billions of miles.
Miles. Yeah. I mean, it literally just said 1 light year is an exorbitant amount of
fuel.
miles.
I don't know how fuel would work.
Yeah. Good point.
Oh, and then my other idea is when people die, space funeral. You honor them, and then you just shoot them out the
Shoot
back.
them out the capsule. And
Or
just, like,
you burn the bodies and use it as fuel.
Ooh.
Fuck, I might have just gotten onto something right here.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow.
What part of the body would it run on though? Just like
The whole body.
it like
Like
maybe,
a big,
dump the body in, it just like churns it.
Yeah, like Doc Antle's crematorium.
Okay.
You burn them, and you use the bodies as fuel to feed the fire, which therefore somehow powers the ship. I don't know. I'm not an engineer.
Again, scientists could probably get on this.
Yeah. So if we got any scientists out there,
You know what?
listen up.
Yeah, you know what our idea is. Obviously, Mars probably, now that
Space
this
funerals
super
would be
Earth is
dope,
here,
too.
if we could ever get to it, it's definitely a better, more viable option than Mars. Like without a doubt, 100%. 100%.
Yes, I feel like space funerals, like, I don't know how it would work. Yeah, instead of shooting the body off, although, do bones burn? Yeah, bones burn at a high enough temperature.
Yeah.
Oh, then what would you do with all the
How else
ash,
would you
though?
cremate the body?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know how that works either. There's a lot of stuff I don't know about, but my brain is just like,
Yeah, we kind of
the
just
wheels are
spitball.
turning, right? The hamster's running in there right now.
He's trying.
Another thing, like like food. What are you gonna do about? Oh yeah, I forgot about food and water. That might be tough.
Yeah, well, how
Like,
did
there's
they
no
do it
way-
in Wall-E?
I don't know.
Did they just like bring a bunch of like fryers and like cooks and stuff?
You're gonna have to find a way to like synthesize like there's no way you can bring that amount of supply. So you're gonna have to find a way to like create new resources like food and water. You know.
Yeah.
So if we ever figure out how to can we make water?
Maybe like
No, I don't think no.
synthetic water.
Yeah, we can't make water. Like
Maybe people
know,
just
like-
start drinking like body armor or something.
you know, how, like but that takes water to make. You know how
Okay.
like all the water on Earth is like the same water.
Yeah.
Like the dinosaurs drank it, they peed it out, it evaporated, and it rained down again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to figure out how to make water.
It can be done. It's just these are things that again scientists definitely have to get get ahead of.
Yeah, we need the fucking Flint Lockwood, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs machine to make the food. That's what we need.
Yeah.
And then another problem is that then the food gets too big. Why are we talking about so many goddamn animated movies today? We're going on to Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Wall-E, and Cars.
Well, Wall-E, they like dropped Wall-E down like to compact all the trash that was overflowing the earth, but like that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we're gonna have to. I mean, we're apparently just gonna burn alive
Yeah.
soon.
Next 100 years, the Earth is gonna.
Actually, just like catch
Okay,
on
well,
fire.
but if climate change is real, explain snowing in May to me. If
Yeah,
the Earth is getting warmer, why am
yeah.
I driving through a snowstorm on goddamn May 12th?
yeah. The only thing I could possibly say about that is less cars are probably on the road.
No,
So-
that's bull honky, dude.
All right. Well, I just gave up a theory as to why.
There's some people that just don't believe in climate change, and like when I look at it and it's snowing out, I'm like, it's not getting any warmer.
Yeah. Yeah. I was literally looking. It's snowing.
Do you believe in climate change?
I believe. I don't know, because there's also stuff where like there are patterns showing like, hey, like
Yeah,
the earth
like
just
all the
naturally gets
cows.
hotter, but obviously I'm sure humans are maybe either accelerating that thing.
Oh shit, I have a hot take. Can you do like a animation where like a bomb drops?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, ready? Hot take inbound. All right, like the bomb will start here to go.
Yeah.
All right. Vegetarians and vegans are eco-terrorists.
Okay, explain.
Okay, ready? Greenhouse gas, methane, cows. There's too many fucking cows. How do we solve that problem? We have to eat all the cows. So by not eating the cows, they're not doing their due diligence and their duty as a citizen of Earth by eating the cows and lowering the rate of greenhouse gas.
Wow.
That just popped into my brain too.
Wow. Like
Cows are like the number one problem for like methane and greenhouse gas.
Another problem is we like feed them just gross shit, like instead of them just eating grass, so they fart all the time. But yeah, if you don't start eating
eat
these cows,
then you're part of the problem.
yeah,
Oh, I'm a vegetarian. I don't like harming animals and harming the earth. Oh, I love the earth. No, you don't, because you're killing Mother Earth while we are trying to do our job to reduce the number of cows.
yeah.
It's like the Tiger King situation. We need to get the number of cows down, so like a stable amount, so like they're actually efficient instead of just a problem, you know?
Yeah, no, I see your point. I'd really never thought of that. Like that. Wow, you went deep there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was
Kind of high right now.
yeah. That's
Just
good.
kidding. Sorry, Mom.
Capping.
Next on the docket is our NC Dinos are a fucking wagon.
Yeah,
They
go
don't
ahead,
they
talk about
don't
it.
lose. Although they lost 8-1 right now. They lost one game, but that was we had our shit pitcher on the mound. He was like 8th in the rotation. We had some sore wings that day, but they don't lose. They're an early contender. I know we're playing 144 something games.
Yep.
But they're an early contender for the championship. And they're single-handedly making me money. That, and you see the Phil tournament? The Tiger and Phil?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
with Brady and Manning.
Brady and Manning, yeah. I put $30 on the money line for Tiger and Peyton. So hopefully Tiger's back is feeling good that day.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if this is just me. Is Phil really that much of a threat anymore? Like, I know he's obviously got a big name, but
the thing about golf is you don't really you can't pass your prime, you know?
It's just who
the skill stays with you. Your drives will probably go down 50 yards or whatever as you get older. But the skill is still there.
Right.
You know, it's not hockey or football or anything like that. You don't get worse because your ability to perform athletic activities goes down, you know?
Yeah.
Some of the best I was golfing with a guy the other day. He was 5 handicap and he was probably 70, 75. Wow. Yeah.
Old guys love golf.
But I'm taking Tiger and I'm taking Peyton in this.
Yeah. I'd say Tiger just still has it. I mean, he won the green jacket.
Yeah, he's still the reigning Masters tournament champion.
I mean, you can never count a guy like that out.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. So, yeah, I see that, and I get your point there.
Ooh, our Dinos are going up against your Doosan Bears on Tuesday.
Bear down. All
right, so I'll probably watch the game on Sunday. That's at 1 a.m. But they're playing in a series with SKA right now, 1-6-2. Oh boy, that's a boring game. 1-0 to KT. Huh. Ooh, KT is looking
closely contested.
1-run game, all 3 of these games.
Yeah. It's intriguing. I mean,
but there's still the Swole Daddy magic is there. The Swole Daddy is part of this whole thing.
Yeah, when I was looking
the aura of Swole Daddy.
When I was looking for a picture of Swole Daddy, I literally came across 4 articles saying that America is falling in love with Swole Daddy. All right, well, we're going to change the camera, so we're going to hit an ad read right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Arctic's backpack. All right, now this thing is pimp. First and foremost, Arctic understands your smartphone, tablets, and other mobile devices are a part of you. And they know that you need to stay plugged in mostly all times because if you miss out on something, that blows. All right? So Arctic has created the best backpack of all time. Now, it has built-in rechargeable, removable battery, and you simply plug in your device and keep on moving. The backpack comes equipped with a USB charging port that's easily accessible from both sides and out of the backpack. The internal power bank is easily switched on with the one-touch power on the front of the backpack. LED indicators light showing the battery level, and with their premium water-resistant design, we help protect your devices from the elements. So if it rains, you're honestly good. It's a waterproof backpack. All right. So you can simultaneously use with 3 included female USB ports. So you can plug in 3 devices. There is no longer any need to miss out on anything. It's ideal for any average day. And since I'm sure a lot of you are young kids who probably are still in school, this is just the backpack for you. You can carry it around. It's easy, nice ergonomic design. So again, it's got one touch power button and it's water resistant. So this is just a backpack for you. You can charge your devices and it's got very nice and neat
shelves.
Basically, so very nice sleeves, so you can organize a lot in this backpack. It's got a lot of sleeves, a lot of compartments to put any type of devices in there. The Arctic's backpack is the backpack for you. Link in the description below. Click it. This one goes out to Arctic's. So yeah, Chris is a big NC Dino guy, big Korean baseball guy, big golf guy.
I'm just a big sports guy.
Mm-hmm. So, speaking of sports, this big whole issue
That's
with...
such a broad thing to say. Speaking of sports.
Okay.
You could say anything.
Speaking of athletics, basically, DeAndre Baker and Quentin Dunbar, I believe, have been like arrested
They
or
hit a lick at the
detained.
barbecue.
Yeah, arrested or detained because basically they started just committing like armed robbery at like a hangout in like, what'd you say it was, like Tampa area?
Yeah, Broward
County. I don't know
The
why.
home of Kodak Black, XXX Tentacion, and my boys Ronnie and Weston from Florida.
I don't even know why they would try and attempt to
I don't
even
get
do.
it, though.
What's the point?
Yeah, you are
millionaires.
You're a professional athlete.
Like, you're gonna be in trouble.
Maybe they just got bored though, Like, dude, I'm fucking bored in this quarantine. Let's go rob people at family cookouts.
But it was like, that's the thing. It's like
Let's go take cousin Terry's watch.
Yeah, they
and Aunt Melissa's $7,000 she keeps in her underwear drawer.
Yeah, so
with a fucking Glock.
So like, I don't remember someone had the semi-automatic. I don't remember who. Baker has been charged with 4 counts of armed robbery.
Wait,
with
so what does
firearm.
4 counts mean? Does that mean he stole 4 things, or does that mean he did it 4 separate times? So did he go on like a spree?
No, each count is for like each item. So like they said, they robbed a $7,000 Rolex, an $18,000 Hubble watch, and then they robbed $7,000 in cash. Again, I don't know why they would do this.
They probably have Rolexes and Hubbles.
Yeah, so why,
and like $7,000 is like a fine for one of them, basically.
Yeah, but I can't get it in my mind. Like, you're a professional athlete, you know this is gonna get out. Like, did you just like snap and we're just like, apparently there was an argument before they started doing this, and then I don't remember who. Oh, per the police report, Baker took money, watches. Okay, so Baker had the gun. So there was an argument. Baker gets up, flashes his piece, and he's like, "Yo, stop this!" But real quick,
that's exactly what he said.
Everyone, give me your watches. Like, why? Like, why? I don't know why.
Was it like a family cookout, or was it just a random park?
They just said it was just a hangout.
Like, so they knew the people there?
Per police report, forced with arm into money. The pair were allegedly hanging at a cookout when an argument ensued, resulting in Baker revealing a semi-automatic weapon. Baker directed a third member wearing a red mask, so they were probably hanging out with Bloods. Possibly.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Like a like a mask or a Corona mask?
A third member was wearing a red
ski
mask.
or a Corona mask?
I don't know. To shoot a person who entered the party, but the gun was not fired.
No, that's what happens when you bring randos to the party.
Yeah, so Baker and Dunbar stole an $18,000 Rolex, a $25,000 Hubble, and $7,000 in cash. But again, like you said,
plus 20. Hold on, let me do the math.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. But like again, like I said, why? I don't know why you would ever do that. And again, like Chris said, that's just like a fine.
35.
That's about the amount of a
40,
fine.
40. Hold on. 43. $50,000 even. Is that what it was?
25 and 10 is 35 and 8 is 43 and 7 is 50. Yeah, 50,000.
Wow, look at me. Little math whiz over here.
But like again, like you said, the real question is why would they even do this? It's just like $50,000 is like a fine to them.
Well,
like, do they really need those
50?
Do they really need
$7,000 is fine?
No, that's not true.
Fuck, dude, I was 67 in math.
Like the Harrison thing. There's other football news too, like James, is that his name? James Harrison, the former Pittsburgh Steeler. Yeah. So basically, there's this big thing called I think it's Target Gate now, where basically people are alleging that they got money from their football organization that they were playing for to basically injure an opposing teammate.
An opposing teammate?
An opposing player. That's how I should
Well, it's sad to hear, but I feel like it happens
probably
in football.
True. Yeah. So what James Harrison said he got money to pay off his fine from Mike Tomlin because of an illegal hit, but he said that money, he didn't make the illegal hit because he knew he was going to get the money to pay it off.
Yeah. It's not NFL. It's all politics.
Yeah, he
said. I like the XFL. It's the purest form of the game. It's just boys being boys out there.
Yeah.
NFL, I mean, I don't like the XFL better than the NFL, obviously.
No, yeah.
But it's so political, especially with all the owners and just all the money involved.
Yeah.
And all the egos, heads butting all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I think more of the news this year in the NFL was about off-field stuff. Like, Antonio Brown was, like, the biggest news this year in the NFL. And
Yeah.
What did he play, like, 6 games this year?
Yeah, did he? I mean, yeah. It's all just stupid. Same thing with all the people at the MLB who want the players to come back, like whatever pitcher, his name is Snell or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was on like a Twitch stream and he was just like, dude, I'm not coming back to play baseball. They're going to cut our salary. So
Yeah.
he said they're going to cut their salary by 2/3. And someone did the math on it. He was going to make $7 million this upcoming year. So when they cut it by 2/3 and tax it, he will only make $960,000. And some people,
God forbid.
yeah, and people are like, "Oh wow, $960,000, you can't go and play." But he's like, "I'm not gonna possibly risk my life to go play." And then Bryce Harper backed him up.
Yeah. No,
So-
it makes sense.
Yeah,
Especially if that's the amount of money you're used to. And then you're getting paid, what, a third of it, you said?
it's getting cut by 2/3. So yeah, you're getting about a third of it.
Yeah, it makes sense. And the contract, there's no salary cap in the MLB either.
Yeah, I don't really know. But-
And they're still, they don't lose a year on their contracts either if the whole league decides they're not playing. But like in your contract, you can't, like if the league opens up in your contract, they're going to be like, you have to
there's
play.
probably
It's in your contract, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure. Again, it's just, you're right. It's all like politics.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame. It's what pro sports have come to. Well,
Yeah.
like the Black Sox, everything like that, Pete Rose. It's been like that for a while. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The only sport that's kind of rolling right now recently is the big UFC 249 was a smash.
Fight Island.
They're not on Fight Island. They're in Jacksonville, but
Oh.
Fight Island has been bought.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
like he's saying like, oh, if it closes again, I'll just move everyone to Fight Island.
Mhm.
Big Dana White move. But 249 was pimp, and Fight Night Smith versus Teixeira that just happened. That was also a great card too. Solid. Tony Ferguson.
Wait, is the number in UFC the number of actual
like
fights
events.
they've had?
Yeah, or like pay-per-view
Events?
events.
Oh.
Pay-per-view events. So they've
Oh,
had
okay.
over like probably
You
like
learn something new every day.
close to like 1,000 events, but yeah, that was a solid card. I mean, you saw Francis Ngannou, who has the hardest punch in the world, confirmed. He literally knocked out Rosenstruck in like 20 seconds.
Who was the guy that by submission where he got put in a chokehold?
Thug Nasty, the guy from Arkansas.
His name's Thug Nasty.
That's his nickname. He put a guy in 2 twisters, a triangle choke, and a rear naked choke. The guy survived all of them, but still, I mean, if you literally get submitted like 4 times in one match,
Yeah.
Thug Nasty's rolling. Tony Ferguson got lit up like a Christmas tree by Gaethje. I can throw up some of these clips. He was just getting smacked the whole time. It was terrible. It was hard to watch. But they're putting out solid content right now. So solid work by the UFC for sure.
All right, moving away from sports, I guess. Shit, I don't know how much time we have left on that camera. The battery's flashing for me there.
All right.
But
We can always move.
Chris's watch of the week, we're going to go with The Invitation.
Okay.
Very solid film.
Okay.
I'll give you the rundown, won't spoil anything.
Yep. go ahead.
Basically, this guy gets invited to a dinner party at his ex-wife's house, and his ex-wife now has like a new boyfriend, and they're part of like a weird cult, and like the dinner party turns to something more than just a dinner party. I'll put it like that.
Oh yeah, I think I saw the trailer for that.
And then there's a very good twist at the end too.
Solid.
Solid twist.
Okay.
But some of the movie gets boring, so bring your popcorn.
Okay.
Maybe play a game on your phone while they're doing some like random exposition about, not exposition. Yeah, it is exposition about like characters you don't care about, because there's a lot of that. But if you can get through that, and then by the time all the action picks up, you'll be hooked.
Yeah, you'll be like good to go.
How should we rate them?
I don't know. I think
I
the
feel like
last
Stars
couple we
is-
did out of
we
5
didn't-
stars were the last
But
couple.
stars
ones
is so
we did.
boring. What should we?
Um,
What object should we rate them out of?
I don't know. Think of like something.
Let's
cool.
rate them out of Murder Hornets.
All right.
I give it out of 5 Murder Hornets. I'd give it
You can use decimals.
3.5 Murder Hornets.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah,
Can you
I'll
do
put-
half a Murder Hornet,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get it up there.
like right there?
Okay. Yeah,
Alright.
that's fine. My watch of the week, I watched two good things. I'll save the one for another time because we can obviously go into basically just, it's a big thing about like serial killers and cults, which we love here. Like we're big serial killer and cult people, or we just love the conspiracies about it. So I'd basically say I'll save that one for another time. But this one is called I Am Jane Doe. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. It was on Netflix. Again, not going to spoil anything like Chris. It basically just runs through this shady-ass Craigslist-like website that people just started using as like a human trafficking website to like...
Oh, yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, pretty much
week.
like kidnap people and like...
So it's more like true crime?
Yeah. It like they just used it to like kidnap and sell girls out, like... and sell their bodies and stuff.
It's fucked
and
up.
like parents were finding their kids on there.
Yeah, I watched this one documentary where it's like
a good documentary.
This girl goes missing at a resort, like out of her hotel room, and turns out like in Europe, and then they like expose an entire like child trafficking sex
It's
ring.
like big there,
It goes
isn't it?
like from Europe. They get the kids in Europe and they ship them to Asia, and then they move out like all through there.
Yeah, it's like a big thing.
We're also an anti-human trafficking podcast.
Yeah.
All right, how many murder hornets you giving it?
It was really good. I'd probably some of it gets boring, but I'd give it like if I'm giving it a 3.9, might as well just give it a 4.
3.9.
I give it a 4 out of 5 murder hornets.
4 on the dot.
Yeah.
All right, look at that. 4 murder hornets right there.
Yeah. That's what
Can
I
I
do.
swat one? That's what I do if I ever saw a real murder hornet.
Just
Actually,
hopefully you don't get stung.
No, I get it with like a garden hose. Fuck that thing up.
Or like a fly swatter.
Yeah, but I don't have to. I don't have to worry about it because I'd sick my bees on them. My Asian honeybees.
Sick 'em.
All
Sick
right,
'em.
that camera's about to die. Let's see, listener of the week. Let's reach into the hat. Who's gonna be? Fuck, dude, this is a hard one. Let's give it to Evan Olszewski. Congratulations, you are the Sus Discuss Listener of the Week. Expect your certificate via text or via email in the next 5 to 7 business days.
Yep.
And I think that's going to do it for us. Thank you to our sponsors.
Yep.
Thank you to Patreon. No thank you to the murder hornets or human traffickers.
Yeah. Or vegans.
Vegans, vegetarians, yeah. No thank you to neo-Nazis or racists.
Yeah.
Anybody else you want to call out?
No, not really. I think we nailed most of the people who were like against.
Yeah.
Or maybe anti.
Who else are we against? Patriots fans.
Yep. You're going Don.
You're
this
up
year.
there with... Oh, actually, Patriots fans could be neo-Nazis because they're kicker, you know?
Oh, yeah.
The militia
true.
kicker.
Yeah. You got his tattoo removed.
Yeah, so by
Suspect.
supporting that guy, you are
Suspect.
now a neo-Nazi.
I'd agree.
On that note, let's close it off. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.